Fam, how are people clearing their mortgages with the predictions that I give them? I need to start rethinking some of my predictions. I need to go opposite to what I believe in my head, because if I do that, I think that it could be like a reverse psychology type of a scenario. But how am I putting my hat on a mere glass chin can't? Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not done already, subscribe to Off the Canvas Boxing, like the video and do all of that great stuff, because what a fight. I'm filming this at 1:26 a.m. I just had to get this out raw, like how I'm feeling at the moment, because I didn't want to wake up and then give you some whole tactical analysis of how that fight goes. Yeah, this is gonna be an emotional one. Yeah, what a fight. Blood. Going into that fight, I was expecting, first of all, it was during fight week, I was 50-50. I was flip-flopping back and forth and I was really undecided, but I had to go with somebody. And after watching the gloves are off, after watching the press conference, I was leaning towards Amir Khan. The reason why I was leaning towards Amir Khan, because I had it in my head that I didn't believe that Kell Brook would control his emotions. I thought that he would just go wild. He would just erase the game plan that he'd worked on with Dominic Ingle. And I just thought that Amir Khan would look a bit sharper, catch him in the counter-attack. And maybe towards the back end, when Kell loses a lot of stamina, that Kell can potentially, or Amir Khan can potentially conduct a flurry of punches towards, just you know the way there, just a whole bag of punches, like a Pacquiao type of a finish, and then the referee will jump in and say no mas. We got that, but not on the Amir Khan side, but we got that on the Kell Brook side. Now the ring walk. Let's talk about the ring walk, okay? First of all, was Kell Brook took long to even get out to the ring walk because apparently there was a problem with the glove. Now what happened in that changing room, I don't know. But my man from Sky Sports trying go into that room, and the security guard was saying, nah, this is not happening, big man. Yeah. So anyway, Kell took an extra 5-10 minutes just on that section. Okay, they start singing Sweet Caroline for the 5th time in a row. Cool. Kell decided afterwards, all right, everything's all good and everything's all checked out, cleared. Going on to the ring walk, all of the lights. Bruv, it was immense. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there thinking, I'm hoping that Amir Khan could win, but you know what, fam? This is a good intro. Kell looked focused. He looked attentive. He didn't look too nervous. Yeah. Fast forward now. Amir Khan's doing his ring walk. Okay. First and foremost, I didn't know what the hell he was what song he was doing, because it was where I was. It was loud. I was at the Undefeated podcast live event. It was sick, guys. Yeah, it was absolutely immense, and the love and support you have in that room, it is second to none. Okay, but Amir Khan, when he was walking out, first and foremost, I don't even know which route that he took, because they weren't the same route that Kell Brook took. He looked like he was going around the back, bruv. I'm just seeing ambulances in the background. He looked like he was going through the car park, and then all of a sudden, whilst he was going through the ring walk, and the people sitting a bit next to me was like, he's looking nervous. And I'm like, nah, you shouldn't really look into ring walks. Everyone's nervous. There's poker face, but in my head I was just like, fam, man's looking nervous. He's looking shook. He's looking like he can't hack it anymore. Yeah. Goes into the ring all of a sudden. Or prior to that, actually, they checked Kell Brook gloves again, which is a bit weird. But Amir Khan looked hella nervous. He looked like he preferred to be anywhere else but the ring. Round one, Amir Khan was jabbing well. He was doing half decent, but Kell Brook caught him with a few counter punches. And Amir Khan, to be fair, he weathered the storm. And I knew this because when I was previewing the show on the Fighting Talk show on Friday evening, and I was saying, I know Amir Khan hasn't got the best of chin. So that's probably the thing that he worked on a lot during the training camp where they had with Bomac and Terence Crawford. But I was really impressed in this fight with Amir Khan's chin. I think that he sustained a lot of punches and he weathered the storm. He rid some of the shots here and there, and he done really well. He had his guard up quite high, and the impact on the chin was a lot less. So I have to give him his props for that. Okay, but Amir Khan he was doing the right game plan, and you see, this is the thing. You can have the right game plan, you can have the right tactics, you can have everything going for you in terms of the training camp, etc. But there's two things that you can't prepare for: nerves and emotions on the night. Yeah, if you're not controlled mentally on those two aspects of the night, forget everything that goes. Forget all the things training that you've done. That goes straight out the window. Okay, because there's a man standing right in front of you called Kell Brook, and you know what? Overall, I think Kell just wanted it more. I think Kell wanted it more. I think Amir Khan saw this as it was like, it's just another fight. It's just another time to get in the ring. Go just handle business. Laissez-faire type of an attitude. Whereas, not laissez-faire, blasé attitude, but Kell Brook was looking for damage. Yeah. And he controlled his emotions perfectly. He didn't do all of this elbow in. He didn't headbutt him. He didn't do all of this underhand tactics. He controlled his emotions. He caught him on the counter for the next couple of rounds between round 2 and 3. And I think from then, I think it was Kell Brook's fight to lose. And Kell Brook was accurate. He's timed his shots amazingly for the one that landed, because there was a few that Amir Khan ducked under. But overall, I have to give the props to Kell Brook's aggression and the passion that he had in this fight, because really and truly, that's what won him. And Amir Khan said it in post-match interview. It was a flat performance, and he didn't feel as though he had the heart to be in the ring anymore, and you can clearly see that. You can clearly see that from what we saw in the ring. And towards the back end, I think Amir Khan was kind of struggling and holding on for dear life. His legs were gone, to be fair. Around round 4 or 5, his legs was already gone. I think round 6, Kell Brook caught him. I don't know what happened in that first second of that round as the bell went, because all of a sudden Amir Khan's legs stiffened. I thought he potentially had a cramp. I don't know what happened there, but his leg just stiffened straight away. I couldn't really see if Kell Brook hit him. Anyway, boom, Kell Brook just flurried of punches, and he just the passion and desire. He just took Amir Khan the hell out of it. And my prediction was wrong, unfortunately. And yeah, it's one thing getting your prediction wrong, but it's secondly. The second thing is that when you get your prediction wrong and you're getting it wrong in front of other people, and people have won money for your prediction getting wrong, it's not a good look. Okay, but overall, it was a great night of boxing. And Kell, do you know what? I think there's always a silver lining. I think Kell, I even though I wanted Amir to win, I didn't want Kell Brook to lose, because I didn't want Kell Brook to go around Sheffield and just head down to the floor feeling like he just let his whole city down. Amir Khan will stomach this loss better. He could do a whole another season and meet the Khans and fight another fighter. And I was speaking with Lineal Ray, and he was saying fight a retired boxer, maybe a bigger name like a I don't know, a Chris Algieri or something like that in a rematch, and then have that as a season finale of Meet the Khans. But if Kell would have lost, this would have been hard, man. This would have been hard. And I'm always advocating mental health, but my man would have needed a Trisha Goddard, Uncle Phil, Jerry Springer, bro. My man would have needed all of them in one night. Okay, but it's always a silver lining. And Amir Khan was talking about potentially retirement. I'm for that. I think if you lose to Kell Brook, retire, or maybe fight one other person. Kell, on the other hand, the thing is with Kell, I don't think that he's fully gone. From what I'm seeing today, I think that there's a lot left in the tank. He could do another 3 fights. I think it's 3 fights, and then he's out of here. And if I was Kell Brook, I know this might sound weird, yeah, and I know this might sound crazy, but if I was Kell Brook, I'll be thinking about the winner of Jesse Vargas and one of the Smith brothers, Vargas versus Smith, okay? Because if he beats them, would he be close to a world title shot afterwards? He could be at 154, and he can just stay. He can pursue that. He can pursue the money route with Chris Eubank Jr. Again, Chris Eubank Jr. shouted out his name, and I prefer not to see that fight because I want Junior to go for his world titles, and I want Conor Ben to go for his set of world titles. So for me, I think that if Kell knuckles down and becomes a lot more active, I think he could just do one last hurrah, one last resurgence back to the top, fight a big name, and go out on the win. Or to be fair, if he goes out right now, he's all sorted. The fact that he beat Amir Khan, he can sleep good, okay? But this has been an instant reaction video, guys. Much love to all of the support you guys have been providing me. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to Off the Canvas Boxing. Peace, love, prosperity. I'm going to see you guys in a bit. Peace.